Hey, I'm Tim. Real talk. Action cameras are all over the place right now, and most reviewers just read spec sheets. But here's the thing. You don't want to drop real money on a camera that dies on you halfway down a trail, or gives you shaky, unusable footage. I tested these 5 based on what actually matters: stabilization that holds up to brutal vibration, battery life in real cold conditions, and audio that doesn't get destroyed by wind. I put every single one through back-to-back mounting commutes, and one of these completely flipped my expectations. Let's count them down. This is where I started, and honestly, it feels like the entry point, affordable without feeling cheap. The 1/1.3-inch sensor and 4K 120 FPS promise a lot, and that magnetic quick-release mount is genuinely clever for swapping angles mid-ride. I mounted it on my handlebar, and immediately noticed how smooth the 155-degree wide field of view captures the whole trail ahead. But here's where it struggles. The battery life tanked in cold mornings. I'm talking 40-minute real-world drain, not the promised 150 minutes. The stabilization is solid, not exceptional. On choppy descents, there's this subtle jello effect that becomes obvious when you're really moving. Wind noise absolutely murdered the audio. Without external protection, it's basically white noise over 25 miles per hour. The color science looks clean, but next to the others, it feels a generation behind. The magnetic system is slick, but I spent time babysitting mount angles instead of focusing on the ride. This is the camera you buy if budget is everything and you're doing casual short clips. Skip it if you're serious about commute documentation. It's like the entry-level gym membership gets you in the door, but you'll outgrow it fast. Priced at $209. Unboxing this, I got hyped immediately. The dual OLED screens are genuinely gorgeous, and that 1,950 mAh battery is a real upgrade from the Action 4. The 360-degree horizon steady stabilization sounds incredible on paper. Mounted it, hit the trail, and yep, the footage is noticeably smoother than the 4. The night imaging is where this gets serious. Riding into sunset, the dynamic range actually preserves detail in both shadows and highlights without crushing either one. The stabilization handles rough sections way better, keeping you centered even when you're getting thrown around. But the dual screens thing. One is angled backward on the camera. Great for mounting on your helmet or chest. Weird for handlebar work. The 4nm chip promises accuracy, but in actual use I didn't feel like it outpaced the competition. The battery held up better in cold, easily hitting 90 minutes of real-world recording. Audio improved slightly with the built-in capsule design, but it's still vulnerable above 30 miles per hour. The bigger issue: at this price, you're paying for features that sound premium, but don't necessarily change how good your videos are. It's like upgrading to premium gas in a regular engine. You feel the price tag more than the benefit. This one's a sleeper, but the next two will make you forget it exists. Priced at $309. GoPro's Hero 13 comes in hot with 5.3K at 60 FPS. That's 91% more resolution than 4K. And yeah, I can see it immediately. The second I started recording, the image sharpness was genuinely next level. The hydrogen boride series lens compatibility opens a whole universe of angles. I tested it with the wide module, and framing just became way more flexible. Burst slow-mo is insanely fun. I caught myself doing slow-motion wheelies I didn't even plan, just because the camera invited the creativity. The rugged rating to 33 feet is legit. This thing took a direct crash into a boulder, bounced, and kept rolling. But here's the catch. That 5.3K recording absolutely murders your storage and battery. I got about 60 minutes of real-world shooting before needing a swap. The audio is still generic action camera quality, better than the Osmo 4, but the new wind guard they mentioned feels marketing-y. In actual heavy wind testing, it helped marginally, not dramatically. Stabilization is great, but not revolutionary. I expected more given the price. The Enduro battery in the kit is a solid move, but GoPro is basically selling you the solution to a problem they created. This is the camera you buy because it's the camera everyone buys. It's proven, supported, familiar. Honestly, I'd compare it to buying the most popular truck model. It does everything well, but you're also paying for the name and the ecosystem, not just the tool. If you want straight-ahead excellence with zero surprises, grab this. But if you want something that actually changes your footage, keep watching. Stick with us if you're a member. Next week I'm breaking down which cameras actually surprise creators, and I'm taking early votes on what gear we test next. Priced at $379. Okay, this one threw me. The Insta360 Ace Pro lands with a 1/1.3-inch sensor co-engineered with Leica, and that's not marketing fluff. The optics are legitimately different from everything else here. Mounted it, started recording, and the first thing I noticed was the color. The detail is there. 13.5 stops of dynamic range means sunlit highlights and shadowed trail sections coexist without that artificial look. The dual AI chip is wild. One handles imaging, one handles noise reduction. In low light, running pure video mode up to 4K 60, the footage is genuinely creepy good. Rode through a heavily wooded section at dusk when most cameras would give up, and the Ace Pro stayed clear and usable. The wind guard is actually effective. I tested it side by side with the GoPro, and there's a real difference above 25 miles per hour. The flip screen is practical for vlogging angles, but here's the reality check. The AI noise reduction sometimes oversoftens detail. At 8K, the computational load is real, and the buffer times are noticeable. Battery? It trades punch for longevity. You get about 85 real-world minutes, which is respectable. The price is steeper than the GoPro, and you're paying partly for the Leica name and the dual-chip setup. Footage-wise, it's the best balanced all-rounder in the lineup. It's like switching from a reliable sedan to a car with really good leather seats and a smooth ride. Everything's nicer, but you're also paying premium for an experience, not a raw performance jump. But the next one? That's where things get weird. Priced at $444.99. This is the one that changed everything for me. The Insta360 X5 isn't a traditional action camera. It's a 360-degree monster with dual 1/1.28-inch sensors shooting 8K at 30 FPS. I was skeptical because, honestly, 360 footage feels gimmicky until you actually use it for commute documentation. Mount this on your helmet, hit record, and you're capturing everything. The trail ahead, the trees whipping past your shoulders, even what's behind you. Then it clicked. That invisible selfie stick effect. The camera records everything, and the AI auto-framing lets you lock into a perfect third-person perspective in post, like a drone following you, except you never had a drone. I tested it against the GoPro and Ace Pro on the same run, and here's what happened. Their footage is locked into whatever angle I aimed at. The X5 footage? I reframed it afterward. Wind noise is genuinely controlled because the signature wind guard is hardware plus software working together. The AAA chip is overkill in the best way. Processing is fast, and image quality in low light is scary good. Flow state stabilization eliminates roll axis shake completely. Even on technical descents, the horizon locks rock solid. Battery life sits around 120 minutes real world, which beats most of these. The Instaframe mode auto-crops 360 footage into ready-to-share flat video instantly. Real talk. This camera is more expensive, and you need to understand what it actually does. If you want a traditional camera with maximum zoom range, skip it. If you want to capture your entire ride and decide framing in post, this is the only one that lets you do that. This is the camera I'd buy again in a heartbeat, priced at $549.99. That's the one I'd buy, again in a heartbeat. All 5 links are in the description below. Check them out, grab the one that fits your ride, and hit subscribe to Tim's Top 5 for next week's breakdown.